Hello and welcome student in the next video of nutrition in animals, and we have discussed about mouth and esophagus, that is the part of nutrition in humans. Now we will discuss about small intestine. Here you can see this coiled part is known as small intestine. So the small intestine is the longest part of the alimentary canal. It is about 7.5 meters long and arranged in the form of a coil. The small intestine receives secretion from two glands, liver and pancreas. Through a common duct, the wall of the small intestine also secretes digestive juices called intestinal juices. The partially digested food gets mixed with the pancreatic juice, bile juice, and intestinal juice. The process of digestion completes in the small intestines. And we have discussed that the pancreas and liver is associated with this part, means they secrete different digestive juices which comes here. So in this part we also discuss about the liver and pancreas. So the liver is a reddish brown gland situated in the upper part of the abdomen on the right side. It is the largest gland in the body. It secretes bile juice which is stored in sac called gallbladder. Bile juice helps in the digestion of fats. Fats are present as big droplets in the food, because of which they cannot digest it easily. Bile juice breaks these big droplets of fat into small droplets and makes their digestion and absorption easier. Now we will know about the pancreas. This is pancreas, leaf-like structure. This is pancreas. The pancreas is a large cream-colored gland located just below the stomach. It secretes pancreatic juice and releases it into the intestine. The pancreatic juice acts on the carbohydrates and proteins and changes them into simpler forms. And here another juice that is known as intestinal juice, that is secreted by the small intestine. We also discuss about it. So the partially digested food now reaches the lower part of the small intestine. Digestion, which starts in the mouth, is completed in the small intestine. The enzymes in the intestinal juices act upon the partially digested food and convert it into simple soluble substances. As a result, the carbohydrates gets broken into simple sugar called glucose. The fats get broken into fatty acids and glycerol. The proteins get broken into amino acids. Here we can see the intestinal effect of intestinal juice in the form of equation. So first, intestinal juice that break down carbohydrates into glucose, fats into fatty acids and glycerol, proteins into amino acids. The minerals and vitamins present in the food do not need to be changed. Cells are able to absorb them as they are. Now we will understand about the absorption in the small intestine. Here you can see the diagram of villi. Actually it is the part of small intestine. So the process of absorption occur in the small intestine. The inner wall of the small intestine has millions of finger-like projections, or we can say folds, that are known as villi. Actually, villi is the plural form and its a singular word is villus. So each villus has a network of thin and small blood vessels called capillaries, and they are close to its surface. Here you can see, this is the diagram of villus and these are capillaries. Here you can see, this is the network of capillaries. And these villi gives the inner walls of small intestine a very large surface area for the absorption of digested food. The number of villi absorbs the digested food materials and passes them to the fine blood capillaries. The absorbed food is carried to all the cells of the body by blood. This food is utilized by the cells to release energy. Now we will discuss about assimilation of food. Blood carries the absorbed digested food from the small intestine to different organs of the body. The digested food is used to build complex substances such as protein required for the growth and repair of body tissues. This is the final stage in the process of digestion and is known as assimilation. Here means in cells, glucose breaks down with the help of oxygen into carbon dioxide and water and energy that is released. Amino acids are used for building and repairing of body parts such as worn out cells and tissues, and fatty acids and glycerol act as energy reserves and are stored under the skin for further use. Now we will discuss about digestion of undigested food. So here you can see, this is the large intestine and this part is rectum and this is anus. So what happened of the food? The food that is remains undigested and unabsorbed passes from the small intestine into large intestine, which is wider and shorter than the small intestine. It is about 1.5 meters in length. Large intestine has two parts, colon upper part and rectum lower part. Colon absorbs water and some salts from the undigested food. Due to this, the undigested food becomes dry and almost semi-solid. This is known as feces and is stored in the rectum. Feces is removed from the body through anus. This process is called egestion. We will meet in next video. Thanks for watching. Till then, bye bye.